Alright, good morning everyone, as we do of course head into the consolidation final between ViCi and Panda. And we should have a pretty interesting game coming up here. This is one I'm excited for. I think these two teams definitely can be a good match. You've got to give, I think, ViCi kind of the favoritism definitely coming into this one, but hopefully we have an entertaining one for sure. And as we can see already, a quick play coming in. It's straight out towards that B bomb site for Panda. 4 players straight through Monster, and spamming through the smoke. Some success actually being found right now. As I say that, it's suddenly brought into a 4-on-1, and eventually being finished off by Freeman. ViCi gonna go ahead and straight up pick up that opening pistol round, doing so in a very convincing fashion. A full investment actually coming in from Panda. A little bit surprising. Oh yeah, sticks onto the Glock, so I guess he wants to save towards getting out and up pretty early on. Everyone else though fully invested, apart from TB who keeps $500, so it's pretty much everything put into this round anyway by Panda. Already able to actually creep up long. It's a passive A setup currently. You see Kayes and Zoking happy enough to just sit back on the bomb site for the moment and wait for Panda to come to them. They know they're up against a slightly weaker buy, so I don't think they're too worried about taking some of those longer range angles up against the pistols. At least the players with the rifles wouldn't be. And, yeah, there you go, bottle. Absolutely destroys Kayes on long. That's an M4, I believe, being dropped, or a rifle at least. Will it be picked up and retrieved by a Panda is the question. And Auman, a little bit of an iffy spray there on the MP9. Eventually gets it though, and as you can see now, his teammate on the bomb site also finding quite a bit of success in holding this down. Advent needs to be careful though, as he will eventually fall. That should give up the bomb plant now. An aggressive play coming in through the CT smoke as well. Not going to work too favourable for ViCi. And suddenly it's a 2-on-1. Last player pushing out a bank will actually be spotted and finished off by TB, who ends it with a quad. Panda come in and decide that they want to take the force buy, and they make it happen. Of course, ViCi now the one on the full force buy. Panda have gone for a relatively heavy buy in terms of the SMGs. I guess they did save over one FAMAS and an M4 as well, so 1 AK, couple of MAC-10s. They'll be looking to just try and play this round a little bit safer, you would imagine. Using their utility well early on, making sure if anyone is aggressive from ViCi, that they won't be given the opportunities to try and steal away a weapon. Kay is able to peek up through connector. No one actually going to try and trade him out, because of course running down connector is dangerous, so it's instead a 4v5 now. They're just going to commit to the A-bomb site. Savage actually able to burn alive one. Did they clear out the truck correctly is the question, because there is one more player up close, and there we go, the MAC-10. Comes in, takes him down, and with that, the bomb of course being planted. Need to be careful, don't want to lose too many weapons. They've already lost one SMG, and there's a FAMAS going as well. The wall bang, it's an M4 dropped, so good work. The rifle should be upgraded to from that SMG anyway, which it will be for Savage, but either way, in the end, there are 3 kills coming in for Panda. I think they'll be pretty happy with the amount of damage they were able to get done. Of course, now into this one, just the full eco coming in. A single flash being upgraded to for Advent. Freeman getting the P250, hoping maybe to just get a bit of damage with it. As we can see though, Panda have taken this round to attempt to build up economy. Instead, they've gone for 3 MAC-10s knowing that they're up against this eco, so they can take a bit of a gamble, purchase up SMGs to try and build up the bank of their own. As you can see already, HZ having a fun time walking onto the A-bomb site. The Glock even comes out. And that's 4 frags quickly being found. Bomb goes down with that, of course, and Elman, I don't think there's really too much you can do. He was looking to try and come in on a flank. Of course, the bomb site already gone. Oh, hang on. Maybe he can find 1 kill. If he can drop a weapon, that would be nice. Again, mostly SMGs in play. I don't think they're going to really want to rifle something too much. They don't want to risk losing them. Actually is able to stay alive for now. Oh, his footsteps definitely been heard. Closes the door. Stops anyone from coming out, so that is going to be at least Elman staying alive. It's obviously not going to be anything saved over, but it is at least, of course, a little bit of less money being given over to the Panda side. There we go. First gun round coming in for ViCi. Couple Augs from Mass, a UMP and an M4. No defuse kit in play if it comes down to the retake, and as we can see already, Panda Gaming want to take control of that bomb site. It's a B rush coming straight in through Monster. A little bit of a later push from short from Savage, actually, and that is going to work out in their favor. Zoking, though, still alive in the pit, makes 2 work already. That was actually Freeman as well. Nice return, though, from Savage. And do they know Advance in the pit as well, actually, is the question, because he can maybe catch them off guard. Gets the first kill, but takes a dink in the process. If he didn't, I think this would have been very winnable. But instead, a single bullet enough to finish him off. And with that, of course, Panda Gaming going to quickly trade him out, 4-1. A convincing starter from Panda. Freeman's actually fully invested into this round. That's really strange. He's going straight in for an MP9. Kevlar as well. Bit of utility. Not too sure why he's done this when he could have just taken the, I guess, pistol and Kevlar and still been able to get a full buy in the next round. So it's an interesting one. Full loss bonus, of course, is in play. So if he can pick up a kill or 2 with it, then he'd be fine. There we go. Opening kill already for Panda. Advent is quickly dealt with over on B. Oh, and a second player up nearby. This is going to maybe catch him off guard. Luckily enough, AAI is going to win out that fight. Didn't want to go down and give up the AK, so didn't need to definitely win that one out. Oh, and Savage just having a bit of an idea that there was a potential flank coming in. I didn't even notice that was happening. A little bit of a saviour for his team. AAI struggling a small amount to get that frag there up close on B. But he served it as a distraction, rather, allowed for his teammates to come in as well, and with that now, this round pretty much over and done with, although Kays is on short, so maybe he can catch a player off guard and steal away a weapon. Oh, but they cleared a corner. 5-1. For anyone who doesn't know how the veto went down, Panda, of course, picked Overpass, as you'd probably have a bit of an idea from the current performance that they are shown. ViCi coming in with the choice of Dust 2, and then if needed, Inferno will be the decider. So, an interesting matchup for sure. Back on the buy now, though. ViCi have everything they could ask for. Can they make this one work is the question. Freeman lacks a bit of utility. It's not perfect on everyone else. Again, they actually don't have a defuse kit either, so not the perfect position for ViCi to be in, but it's the best buy they've had so far for sure. Looks like they're going to walk a couple players into a monster, actually. Also getting control still towards mid and also no long, so it didn't look like they wanted to commit and actually have begun to kind of back off somewhat. Savage with the bomb. Yeah, decides to leave it here for now. What's that mean? I guess that means that they may want to hit into B eventually. Showing a bit of presence towards long right now. Bottles over there, but overall they definitely are focused on B, it seems. And waiting on, I guess, that peak to come in at Monster. Not going to be happening for now. They're making a lot of noise as well, so I would say this is somewhat predictable. Zoken getting aggressive over on A long. Is going to get a bit of info quickly. They start rotating down another player. So let's see how it goes. TV leading the way. That spray transfer is perfect. Opens it up with 2 quick kills on the B bomb site. Freeman doing his best to pull it back, as is Elman. He's able to find a quick double kill. And suddenly it's a 3-on-2 favouring the ViCi side. Bottle and Ayaya left to try and recover this. Let's see if they're going to be able. Walking into the op is not going to be the method for doing so, sadly. Ayaya now left all alone. He's been flanked out and short hits that shot somehow. 2 more to go. 1 versus 1. But sadly he's scoped in and doesn't expect Kays to already be up above him on the bomb site. A second round for ViCi, but they just about managed to actually edge it out. Only keeping a single player alive, of course. Definitely not ideal for their own economy. And on the other hand, Panda able to easily reinvest into this round. They built up actually some decent money over those past few rounds. Looks like they're going back to a little bit more of a standard default now. No control towards connector though, so it is all pretty much focused over towards the A side. Want to go get long control, I suppose. You can see right now, at least for ViCi, they are just kind of playing a couple players up aggressive in the bathrooms again. As I said, they have some weaker weapons, so it's Zoking on FAMAS. Of course, K is saving over the op is going to be there as well. And then they do have Elman back on the bomb site, but he's a UMP, so really his only goal right now is just to jump peek, basically shoulder peek this in general and just find info as he can. Decent nade goes in, does a bit of damage, but yeah, for now he's not really able to spot too much with a smoke being down. Let's see how the bathroom control actually goes, because as I said, 2 players pushed up aggressively. They're in good positions to try and hold this down. And it looks like now the push is actually going to begin to come in. Zoking, has he made footsteps? I believe he has, but they're not going to be heard. Able to quickly take down 1. Hayes and then Elman as well chiming in. And before eventually 1, of course, being returned rather by Savage. But he's still in such a tough position here. I don't think he can really bother going for this anymore. They have low HP. They have weapons that are valuable. And it seems like they've already come to the decision rather just to save those weapons. Not too surprisingly. Yeah, hoping, I guess, that a peak will come in. Feeling like he can maybe steal away some weapons, and it may just happen. A little bit of a peak eventually comes in there, and Advent gets taken down because of it. He did, of course, want to save his up, but he was also hoping for some damage, so he'll be I'll be happy that he found that frag towards the end. Stopped the weapon from being upgraded as well. UMP, because of that, was actually kept in play coming into this round. Oh, the wall bang actually doing so much damage right there. Elman being tagged down to 52 before he really gets to spot anyone. Because of that, also falling back off of the bathroom, off of B short rather. So Panda should be able to find that control pretty easy for themselves. Pushing into it indeed, and actually no, they're not going to be for now. Instead, they're grouping up just that monster. I guess trying to catch a couple players off guard. They actually do manage to find a quick 2-for-1 trade, but Freeman's still alive on the AUG. He's able to make it count with 2 quick kills, make that 3 in total, of course, or making that 3 in total rather. And with that now, it's the 3-on-2. Yeah, and Bottle left to try and save this round for Panda. Freeman just continuing to get these frags. Can he get the ace is the question. I don't think so. Kay's is actually spotting this with the op, so he will shut it down, but it's important, of course, that they win the round. That's what happened. And with that, Panda, they can actually manage to buy again. TB going to be the one who's a little bit low on money, but I think he maybe dropped over. I'm not too sure. Yeah, Savage, I guess, can drop him an AK. He will indeed. HZ can buy for himself, even if he doesn't get any Kevlar, if he doesn't get any utility, rather, because of it. But it's a decent enough investment, and let's see if they're going to be able to make it work. Soaking early on actually does some really nice nade damage on mid. Dropping AAA down to 55 rather. Doing a small amount of HZ, just makes things a little bit easier later on in the round, and there we go. K is able to open things up. Peek True Monster takes down TB. With that now, 5 versus 4 favouring ViCi. Beginning to do a good job now at chaining these rounds together here on this CT side and beginning to stabilise themselves. Zoking needs to be careful. He does have 2 other players on the same bomb site, so it is a little bit of an ace stack coming in right now from ViCi. And of course, it does look like Panda will eventually end up on this bomb site rather, and that's a bit of a peak there coming in. Sadly, the flash not working out in Zoking's favour gives Bottle a chance to open things up. Let's see if they can keep on doing so, though. The flash goes in. HZ, he makes it count. He gets the opportunity for 2 and takes them both. Again, though, on the bomb site, it's the AUG, this time in the hands of Advent, that's putting up a fight for the bomb site. He wants to keep it. Sadly, eventually going down, leaving it on to K is now 1 versus 2. Does he expect Bottle up close? He didn't, but he hits the shot either way. And now it's the 1v1. Yeah, P250 in hand, trying to creep out into a new position. And oh, K hits the Deagle headshot. The 1 versus 2 comes in. That's a round ViCi had a very low chance of winning that they're somehow able to pull back. Five to 5. Bomb plant, of course, does come in, so with that and the full loss bonus, Panda are going to be able to buy again, but they are beginning to kind of let some rounds slip away. Of course, they were up 5 to 1. It's a position where 5 is, it's meh. It's not terrible on the T side, but they do want more, and especially since they had a pretty solid start, they definitely want a bit more than that. They can bring it up to 7 or so rounds. I think they'd still be somewhat happy. Just grind out a couple more. Let's see what the plan is. Early on into this round, anyway, they've grouped up outside of B with pretty much everyone. Savage was in connector, showing a little bit of presence. Bottle was elsewhere, but both of those players now actually have giant backup, so looking like B is going to be their eventual target. Elman getting aggressive up on B water, making a lot of noise though in the process, so I think they may hear his footsteps up on short. There's now a minute remaining, and oh, the peak coming in. Freeman goes down. He's been the big man and actually holding down this B bomb site. Now that he's gone early on, this could be a real struggle. And as you can see, so far it is. Advent going to be able to pull back 1, gets a second as well. The flash was perfect from his teammate to give the chance for even more, and suddenly it's brought back in favour of ViCi. It's only HZ. A 1 versus 2 has been spotted. Yet to be taken down, but it's going to be tough for him to really find anything from this point forward, and the AUG rather is going to come in and quickly finish him off. 6 to 5 for ViCi as they managed to pull back a round that was looking hopeless. Nice shot by Kays. Needs to be careful to fall straight back off so he doesn't get overwhelmed. Looks like for now, at least, they are going to kind of slightly slow things down. They're not going to straight up commit to that A-bomb site, so a little bit of a chance. Kays going to take that opportunity, of course. Yeah, trying to jump across long, gets quickly slapped down. The flash allows for the peak to come in, and eventually for him to be taken down. And Elman actually only finding one means that will give a bit of an opening now onto this A-bomb site for Panda. It is still, of course, a man advantage for ViCi to work with, so it's not the worst position, but it definitely gives a little bit of a chance over to Panda. But they're yet to go for that bomb plant. They're going to be taking their time. "35 seconds now remaining. Advent still watching B. Soaking in Bank, and then Freeman nearby on the steps. They have a bit of utility, a Molotov and a grenade to work with once this bomb is getting planted. Said actually just going to tap it. They're trying to bait out the peaks into the open and actually trying to hunt down the frag in towards Bank is the goal for TB. Here we go. Bomb being planted now. Flash goes in. Open and frag found by Freeman and quickly cleaned up by Zoking. Bomb plant, of course, coming down again from Panda means they will continue to buy with no real struggle, but having lost now 6 rounds in a row, definitely not ideal. It was looking pretty solid when they started off with that 5-1. Since then, no success really has been found. There's been quite a few opportunities for Panda. Just ViCi have stepped up whenever it's needed, and so far they continue to do so. Let's see. Early on, just standard mid-control coming in for Panda. We have Kays aggressive in bathrooms, but other than that, I believe it is actually a little bit of a B stack coming in to start the round off. Expecting maybe a quicker play from Panda, a change in pace. Of course, that isn't really the plan currently. They are going for pretty much the standard default we've seen them go for in some of the previous rounds. Just going for that long control, splitting out across the map, and they'll look to come to a decision a little bit later on in the round. And now only 40 seconds remain, and Panda do need to get a quick move on. Which site are they actually going to commit to? Looks like B, more likely, of course, with the bomb outside Monster. It is pretty much confirmed, but they need to find some success, because K is already shutting down the first point of contact on A. They don't really do much of a good job in attempting to fake it, sadly, as they don't get the opportunity. But look at that. Good damage being brought in there by yeah. And they actually managed to take over the bomb site now is the question, because there's still a couple players in position. They do actually finish off the low HP initial player who they've been able to tag up at that wall bang. But Freeman, again, he's been doing a great job from this pit time and time again. And he's going to come in with the 2 final frags. Spray transfer on the AUG. 8-5 for ViCi. They've won out the half no matter what. And, of course, now they've done so by taking 7 runs in a row. This time, no bomb plant either for Panda. That means they finally are looking at actually having to take an eco. Pistols and some Kevlar at least being brought out, but not able to full buy, of course. Let's see what can be found. A little bit more aggressive in this round from ViCi. We haven't really seen them actually go for a setup like this yet. K is on the corner, a player up close as well. Does work out fairly well, and it looks like actually Panda are going to go straight just for the commitment. 4 players up connector, straight up through short. And of course, I believe they know there's a couple players positioned over on long, so they're going to immediately put their focus there. That's the bomb actually going down. That's a problem. The bomb gets dropped in the open under the vision of K. He is at least low HP, but doesn't matter. He's still finding the frags. HZ finds the only one so far for Panda. And that is going to be the only one even as the round ends. 9-5 now being the scoreline. back on the op as well now for Panda. Yeah, able to get that in play. And ooh, that nade is beefy. Hang on though, because Bottle, they had no idea. I honestly thought you would have been able to hear those footsteps, because it's not like Bottle was trying to be subtle. He was full sprint ahead through the playground right there, and it does end up working out in his favour. Quais actually does end up missing a shot. Oh, the Molotov is perfect. Dropped, and either way, it was the rifle that actually finished him off, but the molly against the low HP player kind of stopped him from being able to hunt it properly. But as I say that, Savage and Aya are going to be able to find one each. TB over on B, able to step up and take down the aggression on short. And with that, a bomb should be planted. Freeman, the last man standing. And this is, of course, the last round and a half, so he's going to go for it. Gets the first kill to initiate the attempted retake. And it is actually on this A bomb site, so he's going to be up against 3 opponents. And there's just so many different angles for him to clear to even just start coming in for the retake. Quickly taken down, and with that, a 6th round, it is found for Panda. But again, we've seen 9, or rather 8 in a row for ViCi at one point there. They picked up the pistol, lost the force by, went down 5-1, and managed to recover it up to a 9-6 scoreline, which I would say is a score they can be really happy with. But of course, the second half still yet to come. It is going to be just as important in deciding the outcome of this game. And again, this is only the first map of the best of 3 here in the consolidation final. The winner of this, of course, facing off against Tyloo in the grand final, and the winner of that qualifies for IEM Sydney 2019. It is actually a best of 5 that they will be playing. Here we go. Crucial pistol round, of course, coming in. Advin picking up a smoke and a Molotov, everyone else on Kevlar. And then over on the Panda gaming side, it's Savage to pick up a couple of flashes and a nade. Surprisingly no defuse kit, so if it does come down to a retake, no kit in play, meaning a full 10-second defuse is going to be needed. But let's see, HZ, first point of contact up close on Monster. He actually does manage to take down Quais pretty swiftly with a headshot. In the meantime as well, Auman had been dropped, so it is going to be actually a 5-on-3 favor in Panda right now. They're in a decent enough position. Again, this is a round that they very much need to pick up. And it looks like they're actually just going to sprint it up to A now, see if they can maybe at least just find the bomb plant. Will they be able rather is the question. 3 players on this side of the map. They actually are playing really passively. Playing for the retake, and again, as I said, no defuse kit for it, so definitely not ideal. Oh, but there we go. Bottle actually just peeks straight out. Doesn't want to let the bomb go down. Didn't actually manage to find all 3 kills, but he did find 2 of them. 7-9. ViCi probably going to go ahead and take an eco now, which should allow for Panda to be able to bring that up to an 8th round. 3 SMGs, 2 M4s in play for Panda. Up against the full eco, of course, other than just a single P250 being upgraded onto Zoking. They should have a relatively easy time, you would imagine, but a very heavy buy in terms of the SMGs, so it can get dangerous. Will it, though, is the question. Savage, I believe, actually being up close with his MP9, so a chance here for some money and some bank to be built. And indeed it is the case. Only Quais remains. He's been spotted on long. He only has a Glock as well, of course, meaning he can't really dish out too much damage, but he still makes it work for a frag. Only an MP9 dropping, so it's not the end of the world, but that is 1 kill coming in. An extra $300 as well being found right there for that frag, of course, so decent enough. But here we go. The buy round now going to be coming in from ViCi, and of course, as I said, a lot of SMGs had come out in that previous round from Panda, meaning their buy a little bit weaker in this gun round now than they would have hoped for. 2 M4s, an AUG, a UMP, and an MP9. ViCi taking this first gun round quite slowly so far. I guess knowing they're up against some weaker weapons, expecting the aggression or so to have come in. A nice flash through connector. Kind of surprised they didn't try and open the door maybe with that flash right there to see if they could get a kill, but leaving it for now. ViCi creeping up out of connector, wanting to focus their control towards the bathrooms for now, and again, or rather this time it's of course only an AUG in play. We've seen in the previous half it was Chaos on the op that had posted up on this corner. Not the case in this one, in this round right now. Savage on the AUG is over towards long, spotting for that push up, but actually is forced to fall back off, more so towards the bomb site rather. Flash goes in, it's going to allow from the crossback, so decent enough positions, but they do need to be careful along still. I believe they've called up for a rotation. Elman able to find one as a quick trade, of course, comes in. Elman actually able to double down. This round beginning to unravel somewhat. Eventually it trades back and forth, a 1v1, and Elman clears the flank. And with that, the frag comes in. 10 to 8. ViCi going to be able to find double digits. They come in with the first gun round. Panda, they're going to struggle slightly to get the full buy out. Savage is on, of course, a double eco, and HZ doesn't have the greatest of money. What's happening to ViCi, though? Everyone's just disappearing. Oh, okay. That's a little strange. Bombs dropped here. There's 2 players left on the server for ViCi. I have absolutely no idea what just happened. So, hopefully, that isn't an issue that they're going to take very long to actually fix up. Not too sure why they left, honestly. Hoping it was just a quick issue, maybe that can be resolved. I guess while it's on pause, guys, I'm actually just going to go ahead and throw on some music. Freeman is actually rejoined, so that's a start to things, but we'll throw on a little bit of music in the background there anyway, because I'm not too sure what to say, and as you can see, again, a player has disappeared off the server, so it's a different player this time, at least. I guess that's somewhat of a positive. We can chat a little bit while the music is on, boys. I'll leave it on while we wait for everyone to come back, because I actually don't have any info about what's happening. So I don't know how long that issue is going to actually take to be resolved, but yeah, as we can see, only 3 on the server right now. So from ViCi, that is, of course. Oh, there's a fort. We're getting there. Okay, I think we might be actually good to hop back in now. I'll try the music off and try the sound back on. Hopefully that's it. Again, I'm not too sure what happened. No info came through from the admins, but everyone's back on the server. That's all that matters. ViCi have a little bit of a limited buy coming into this round. Even after winning the previous, of course. Panda 2, as I said, Savage was on a double eco, and Hurricane, HZ rather, just doesn't have enough to buy. We have a player gone again. Elman, I believe, is missing right now from ViCi. Does anyone know how long the game can be paused? I don't know if there's a limit on technical pauses. So I don't think there's a time limit. That's why if it's a technical pause and I have no idea what's going on, I'll normally just throw it over to that music. There's no point in me sitting there speculating about what's happening. HZ practicing his aim, flicking between his teammates' heads and spawn. Keep yourself warmed up, you know. Keep the all hands on the go. Here we go. Everyone back on the server now. Are we ready to go live this time is the question. But for now we are still paused. Looking at the ping, etc. No issues seem to be there for anyone, so seems all good on that end at least. And it looks like Panda are probably going to buy up. Yeah, 3 players can buy. They have a double eco then onto Savage, so a force buy most likely. But of course we've had a big break now between this, so how is that going to affect both of these teams? And there we go. I think it's been match mediced. Money should be restored now, and yeah, there it is indeed. So looks like we're ready to get back into it, guys. Freeze time pause has been cancelled. That's what you love to see. And now it's the buy coming in from both sides. An op and M4 and AUG, a P250 and an MP9 is the arsenal that's available for Panda. ViCi on the other hand have a UMP, a Galil, a couple AKs and a Krieg. So both teams actually been on buys that aren't perfect. They both have their flaws. So let's see how it goes. Lack of utility for Panda definitely could be an issue as well later on in the round, but they want to take the issue straight to their opponent. Bottle flashed up in through mid, able to take the opening frag on Freeman. And with that fall back off, because no one for ViCi was nearby to trade, the smoke was used to actually cut off anyone from being in with a chance of doing so. But look at this. They just run straight out a monster and up short at the same time. 2 frags found instantaneously. And suddenly it's a 4-on-3. Omen spotting that flank, looking to try and come through monster. The flash was actually perfectly timed. Bottle is gone, and with that now, an 11th round for ViCi pretty much confirmed. Of course, Panda, having fully invested, decided it's best for them to just run away and save over what they have in their possession currently. And Galil as well actually being picked up by Savage. And even then, that Galil actually not going to be saved. Savage has been taken down. TB on the AUG at least will carry his over. He's nowhere nearby anyone else, so not going to be found in time. But yeah, 11-8 right now, the scoreline. ViCi beginning to increase this lead dramatically. Again, Panda were sitting with a comfortable enough 5-1 scoreline at one point. Since then, it's been a lot more shaky. Been picking up around every now and again, but of course, ViCi having taken pretty dominant control of this game right now. An eco from Panda, just the one AUG that was saved over. Their goal being to try and at least get some damage in. They've slightly stacked up towards connector in this round. And let's see how that's going to go for them. There was actually also a player in the bathrooms that didn't really manage to find anything at all, sadly. That's fair enough from Freeman. The third player there actually did have the rifle, so all the weapons, or rather the weapon being dropped in connector, and with that only HZ remained. He's over on B at the moment. That's a deagle, so I guess could look for an exit frag if he wanted. Try and steal away a weapon. Ooh, there we go. Nice little headshot. I don't think he's going to be able to pick up the weapon, though, because, as we can see, ViCi already moving in on that position to ensure the weapon won't actually be picked up, so it's a little bit unfortunate. I think he is going to go down, most likely. Wall banged to low HP and eventually finished off there by Omen. 12-8. This is going to be the buy, most likely, from Panda, although it's not great. HZ is short on money. Everyone else is as well. Savage, if he wants to buy up, will get the rifle with very little utility. A scout for AA, yeah, and it looks like they've decided to just spend a little bit of the excess money. That means ViCi looking at a likely 13th round. Here we go, pause has been removed. As I said, Panda not going to be fully buying into this one. Some investment comes in, but overall they're going to be focusing on this next gun round that's going to be coming up. If they don't pick up that gun round, then I'd like to say Overpass is pretty much over and done with. And again, this is the map choice of Panda, so we were expecting them to put up a good result. They started it well with that 5-1 lead, but since then it has been ViCi looking pretty dominant, it must be said. Again, the setup over towards long. Zoking actually the one on the other side of the wall at the moment, and I believe both players playing anti-flash. Zoking creeping up to the corner with Freeman, so this could be dangerous. There's actually 3 players on long, because they've also put the deagle on 3, so once this peek comes in, they need to be cautious up against the stack. It could have been dangerous, but Chaos ends up finding 2. Look at this stuff from HZ from behind. 2 free kills for himself, but no, actually only able to make it work for 1. And with that, Omen also creeping onto the B bomb site has been able to cut off the rotation. The bomb brought the B, leaving only AAYA alive. And of course, there's not really too much that he can do about this. On the bomb site currently has been flashed. The smoke allowed for Zoking to fall back. And all he done was reposition himself to have an easier angle to find the kill eventually. 13-8. As I said, though, rather, of course, this is going to be now a buy from Panda. They do have to make it work, though, otherwise this map pretty much done at that point. Which not going for anything too wild, really. Standard connector control, rather, coming in the beginning. And of course, a couple of players holding for that mid-aggression. Not really too much going on. Panda willing to kind of play a little bit more of a passive style. 1 on short, spotting for the push-out connector. 1 on long then as well. Waiting to see if anyone decides to come in this direction. You just actually have the op that's Savage, so if that does end up being the case, which is pretty likely considering they've gone for the control of long pretty much every round. And yeah, here we go. Freeman gonna flash in. The op, of course, back on the corner, ready to try and hold it down. Will it be successful is the question. Savage realizes it's best not to re-peek, and I would probably have to agree with that. Could have been very dangerous indeed. Some good damage, though, going in favor of ViCi right now. HZ actually gets tagged down while trying to be boosted up. Dropped to 33 health. Omen actually around the gap in that smoke on B is able to find a quick frag. Somehow Advent stays alive even if he takes a lot of damage. 4 on 5 still. It's definitely winnable for Panda, but will they be able to pull it off is the question. Not a lot of utility, just a single flash pretty much to hold this down. But can they connect the shots? That's the main question. The AUG in the hands of TB going to be doing so when it's required. And with that, it looks like finally Panda are going to be able to pick up another round. Ooh, and indeed they are. Zoking gets 1 after time, but he himself going down means, of course, he doesn't pick up any loss bonus. Gonna have enough to buy either way, so it's not the biggest of deals, but definitely something worth noting. Bottle aggressive in connector. I'm actually quite surprised by that, especially considering he is alone. Nice shot by HZ. I'm going to take that peek up short. Zoking, he will win the fight in connector this time. As I said, yeah, Bottle was alone. I wanted to try and change things up rather and hold down connector, but didn't end up working out in the end. Flash out a connector. Op of Savage going to be posted up. Doesn't manage to connect the shot, actually. And with that, he is forced to fall back off a little bit and take up a new angle. It looks like ViCi are going to aim to end this on the A-bomb site. Two players already in position, and oh, Savage gets some really good damage there on the op, tagging down another player very low. Molly being dropped as well to try and delay the push. There is still just under 40 seconds remaining. ViCi, they are going to look trying to move on soon enough, but there we go. Flashing into the smoke. TB goes down. A quick backstab from Freeman as well as he comes in from long. And suddenly with that, the A-bomb site is completely crumbled and continues to do so. ViCi have overrun it. The bomb's going to be planted and... Alright, our Panda have overrun it. The bomb's going to be... Yeah, it is ViCi, never mind. And with that, yeah, the round looking pretty much done. AIA, I think, is in a position here where all he can do is save that M4. And even with that, of course, they're only going to be getting a fairly limited amount of loss bonus. I think 2,400 in this next round, 2,900 rather. So it's not ideal. But yeah, what are they going to go for? They could get rifles onto 2 players, rifles onto 3 players actually, because AIA just about scrapes out an M4. So as I've said before, it's not terrible, but also of course not ideal. It definitely is ViCi favourite to try and find map point here in this round. To start things off in this one, they actually are able to find some initial control. Or at least Elman was looking to do so over towards B, but in the end decides against it. Instead, grouping up on long. 4 players together. Bit of a stack towards B/connector is the main focus for Panda currently. Especially with those weaker weapons, they want to take the closer range duels. Elman almost getting the timing perfectly there at the lineup too. Sadly it wasn't perfect, but done a small bit of damage at least. Savage going to drop a smoke on long that delays this push even further from ViCi, so this could get a little bit awkward for now though. They've only actually begun to, at this point, rotate up another player to try and help. Bottle though, he's going to be able to find one, as is Savage. So starting things off really well on the whole. 2 players barely hanging on to life right now for the T side, but hang on. Freeman able to find one and follow up with some damage. Can they find anything else though is the question. The trades, they're coming in, but again, so low for both players. This is pretty much the end of the round, over and done with. Bomb goes down. But Advent in this 1-on-2 doesn't really have too much chance. He's going to have to hit some amazing shots. And sadly, he's not able to get it done. 10 for Panda. ViCi able to buy again. Bomb plant's definitely helping them, but let's see, they've been kind of going for the standard defaults. I'd like to see them maybe take the pace up and go for a quicker play overall. Oh, Zoking burns alive actually. That nade going in, doing that chunk of damage is kind of what led to it actually taking him down rather than just damaging him. But unfortunate of a start for ViCi for sure, but that's exactly what Panda would have wanted rather. 5-on-4 to start things off. And ooh, the wall bang. Owen dropped down low as well. Advent trying to pressure on B. The bomb for now is still back into spawn, so it wasn't about commitment. I was hoping to maybe pick up a kill with a pre-fire. Checking out some of those common angles. But yeah, 50 seconds remaining. They're making their way back around towards A now, and as we can see, K is just waiting for a peek to come in. The jump peek gives it up. K is going to be able to quickly shut him down, and with that now, back into the 4-on-4. Still looks like A is going to be the target. Two players already in position, and actually a flank coming in from Bottle. He could be a big part of this round right now for Panda. He has a chance to actually cut off the player coming through connector. Luckily enough, Auman will be able to call that over, so they know at least now that they are being flanked out as the bomb should be planted. Looking to try and push aggressive was Yan. That just doesn't work out for him. HZ left alone. All he can really do is save. 15 for ViCi. As again, this is the map choice of Panda. There we go. In the end, it's only HZ who actually manages to remain alive. Even with that M4 carried over, the buy for Panda, of course, is extremely limited. He's able to drop over a UMP, I believe. Or may have just went for the utility for himself. He did, actually, so decided to prioritize his own weapons, etc. His own buy, rather. But yeah, 2 UMPs, 2 M4s, and a 5.7. It's not atrocious. But again, not ideal to try and keep yourself alive in this map right now. This is the map choice of Panda. It definitely is one that they were probably hoping to put up a better result. Dust 2 up next, being the choice of ViCi, is one that definitely is going to be an interesting matchup. ViCi looking strong at the moment on an individual basis as well, so you've got to be excited for that one. And already, of course, Freeman actually does manage to open things up. Gets a second as well. Suddenly making it a 5-on-3 before we really know what's happened. Oh, Director just didn't want to work for me right there, so apologies, boys. 5-7 in the hands of TB. Is he going to be able to find anything is the question. HZ actually over on B is getting a little bit done. Sadly, eventually goes down. TB still up close, trying to hope to find something here with the 5-7. Not able to do it, and now it's all on the AAA. 1 versus 4 to keep his team alive in this map right now. Otherwise, it's over and done with here on Overpass. And, ooh, gets spotted and actually doesn't manage to be taken down. Caught Omen off guard slightly and gave himself a small chance, but in the end, it's not enough. 16-10 going to be the score for ViCi as they take the victory here on Overpass. As I said, of course, this was the map choice of Panda. That means coming up next on Dust 2, ViCi are going to be in a good position. They'll be feeling comfortable to try and come in and finish this with a 2-0. But guys, we are going to go ahead and send it on over to a break again. This matchup means quite a lot. The winner of a heads on into the finals to take on Tyloo in a best of 5, in which the winner of that best of 5 will qualify for IEM Sydney 2019. So don't go too far, guys. We are going to go ahead and send it on over to a break, but make sure you stick around, rather, because as soon as the teams are ready to hop into that second map, we will be getting live with it.